Hello, welcome to the Brisk and Breezy. How can I help you? Is your current address still the same as the one you have written down here? I see. Okay, let me just grab my pencil. Okay. Alright, goodbye. Hello, do come in. You're my last customer for the day. No, that's alright, we have plenty of time. Come in. Make yourself feel nice and comfortable, okay? Yeah, sit down right here. Would you perhaps like some cookies or maybe a cup of tea? Yeah? Okay. Well, right down here we have chocolate, coconut. Then right here we have pistachio. Around there we have cherry and almond. And back there we have some strawberry and white chocolate cookies. As for tea, we have a nice blend of chamomile peach. We have mint, Earl Grey, black tea. We have white tea with lychee. And right back there, if you can see that, we have green tea with lemon. Although, probably not the best choice for this time of day, I'm afraid. Yes, my personal favourite is the chamomile with peach. It's a wonderful soothing blend, and I also find that that one doesn't give you that stingy feeling. Yeah, sometimes when you have chamomile tea, it tends to be a little bit aggressive on the throat, ironically, since it's supposed to calm you down. But I think that blend is delicious, so if you'd like to try that, go ahead. I see you have some things here. All gifts, I suppose. Ah, lovely. Okay. So right here, what do we have? I see some gemstones. Very, very beautiful. Did you harvest these yourself? Ah, so you went down the mines. Oh, yes, dangerous, filled with monsters. But I'm sure that you did just fine. Right, over here we have some oil, some gloves. Oh, they are massaging gloves, I see. Alright. Okay, here I can see some hair accessories and a hairbrush. Okay, lovely. And what do we have right here? This is still packaged. Oh, wonderful. Okay, I'm sure you can tell me lots of interesting things about these gifts. Yes. Well, first of all, let me show you the box. So, are these gifts going to be in one box altogether, or are you going to send them individually? Individually, okay. So we have this as our regular size box. We also have one smaller size and then 3 larger ones, okay? But I usually like to recommend this one because obviously we don't only fill these boxes with your gifts, we fill it with tissue paper. Sometimes we also put these little puff balls in there that are created out of cornstarch. And I just find that there's, just the perfect amount of wiggle room, especially if the items are the sizes that you have right here. Okay, so we can go with this regular white tissue paper if you'd like, but we also have different versions, different colours, different textures, and some have sparkles, which is very nice. And all right, underneath here I have this plastic packaging from an older gift that was actually sent to me. but this is just a little placeholder, so we can do whatever. At the very bottom we have a slightly thicker paper, but we could also add something that is similar to straw. I'm sure you've seen that before in packaging. We have it in green, in pink, in blue, and I believe in yellow right now. They're quite vibrant colours if that's something that you're looking for. But like I mentioned before, we also have other shades, and most of them are slightly muted in colour so that the gift itself really sticks out. Yeah. As a matter of fact, let me show you the other tissue papers that I have in mind right now. They are currently still wrapped as they are brand new. And this is the purple and pink design. Let's just open this up. Just taking the scissors here. Gently snipping that. Just very gently unfold this. As you can see right here, this is the colour, and here you can see that there are these really finely woven fabric pieces in combination with the actual paper, and this is achieved by pressing the fabric and the paper together and letting it dry that way. Now, in its current state, it is obviously very crinkled up and it would need a bit of an iron, so we can definitely do that if you want to do that. Although, since we will be crumpling it up, we don't really have to, but if that's something you would like us to do, that's just fine. So, this can be nicely combined with the purple that I showed you just now. You can also combine it with red, which would be nice, a cool red tone, as this one is also quite a cool toned pink. Want to make sure that it is nice and complementary. The maximum of tissue papers that we use are usually 2, but we can add 3. So if you would like to have a combination of maybe pink, red and a cream tone, we could absolutely do that. We could also do maybe a buttercup yellow with this, maybe a baby blue, tragic colour placements. That's something that you're interested in. Or we simply use a lot of this. Whatever you like. We could mix it up depending on what you would like to pair with which gift. Okay? So just fold this out gently. Put this aside. There. And of course, the purple. same with this one. This is a very soft violet purple. And I think this could go very nicely with the pink. But here we can also obviously do different combinations. We also have a colour very similar to a periwinkle shade, so slightly more blue. We could do that in combination with this one. We could also go maybe with a sea moss green, or maybe a pale orange we could do as well. That might be a nice idea. Yes. We do have more right over there. I'd like to look through them, but these are my current favourites. So I thought I'd show you these. Now, put this to the side. And then also take this plastic and put it in the corner. It's always a good idea to keep these, in my opinion, just in case there is some sort of water spill or any liquid damage that could affect the paper. Now, another thing we could do is we could also put some very soft silky fabric into the box, but with that being said, although it is very pretty, if your items are somewhat more breakable, as I've seen with the gemstones here, I would rather recommend the paper, since, well, with the shape and the form that it takes, it will be more protective. Yes. Are you going to be wrapping these gifts? No, okay. What about this one that was sealed? Oh, okay, so it has an incantation on it. Would you like to check it? Yes, don't worry, I'll open it for you. There you go. Is everything looking as you want it to? Perfect. That's lovely to hear. Okay, so which one would you like to have packed first? Okay, right. In that case, I will need to write down the addresses that you have ready. Okay, let me get my book. Okay, all ready. Let me know. Who should the first package be sent to? Okay, Obsidian, the Elemental Witch, house number 4, okay, Glimmering Volcano, in Guatemala, okay. Perfect. Alright, thank you. Now, shall we look at the gemstones together and put them away? Good. Okay. So, assuming that my memory is correct, this is fool's gold, right? Right. This is quite a beautiful piece, and also quite heavy. Yes. I'm sure that this is a very popular stone, is it? I wonder what the story behind it is. I mean, assuming that one would fool people into thinking that this was I do find it quite fascinating. Now, what would you use this for? For spells and incantations? Ah, okay. So overall prosperity. Interesting. Huh. I'm sure that the elemental witch will know just what to do with this. Let's place it right here. Next, I know this one. Amethyst. Good for all things intuition and imagination. Overall a good cleansing stone, healing stone. I only dabbled in a bit of witchcraft, but not to the point where I would call myself an expert or consider myself anything close to that. No. Quite the contrary. I always like to learn and find out that the more I know, the less I know. I'm sure you've heard of that saying before. So, this piece must be quite old, I can see by the formations down here on the bottom side of the crystal. Quite unique. Interesting texture. Probably one of my favourite gemstones actually, just aesthetically speaking, but I'm sure it does a lot of good. Yes. I don't know if you've noticed, but we have a little charm outside the shop. Just a little keychain really, but it's covered with little gemstones and they all have their specific little meanings and things that they're supposed to do. It was actually gifted to us by a witch, so we feel it protects us. Oh, well, me and the dragons, that is. Yes. They've been feeling a lot better since the weather changed recently. I usually work with dandelion honeycorns, and they do miss the sun a lot. Yes. Well, they do snooze a lot, and they tend to spend a lot of their time dreaming and, keeping their eyes closed, but still, you can really tell that their mood switched. Yes. As a matter of fact, recently some of them have been snoozing a little bit too much, I'm afraid. Oh, rose quartz. Yes. Yes, we had some troubles recently with one of my lovely dragons. Her name's Clementine. And well, she fell asleep on a mountain for a few days, and it kind of disrupted the exchange of goods. And well, one of my other dragons, Peter, he's quite new to the business here, and he thought that the gifts were for him, so he ended up eating some of the pralines that were in the boxes, and some of the boxes found their ways to the bottom of the ocean because he was not very fond of what was in the boxes. However, other than that, it's been just fine here really. But I have been thinking about visiting the local dragon tamer recently. Yeah, you might have met her. She mostly really deals with dragon babies and the dragon eggs themselves. She's very kind. I've been wondering if I could ask her maybe for some advice, because I do love my dragons, I do. It's just that, well, stone I do know a lot about. I used to put one of these under my pillow because it is said that it grants you a lot of love, in the sense that you become more confident and you learn to love yourself more, and you have a lot of love for yourself but also for others. And well, just the colour of the stone alone just makes you happy. Yes, and I can see, due to the fact that this was, I presume by you, it was crafted into this spherical shape, that it has also very soft, gentle qualities. Yes. I know that this is not the natural form of the stone, but I almost feel like, given its nature and what it's supposed to do, it almost feels like this was supposed to be this shape. Yes, rounded shapes in general are seen as more friendly and, well, not as spiky in that sense. But this is a very beautiful stone. It's picked very well. Let's place this in the box here. Now, if you would like to pick a certain ribbon or anything that we can add to the box, you can just tell me and we will place it in there. Okay. But for now, who is next on the list? Oh, okay. So, Buttercup. What a sweet name. Buttercup, the gentle Minotaur. And where exactly does she live? Follow Oak Forest. So, how do you spell that? Foloi, okay, and Oak Forest in Greece. Okay. Perfect. Lovely. So, let's just unpack this here. So we have these two lovely massage gloves for her. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so she's been having troubles lately with the fur. Okay, well, yes, then that is a very, very good gift, I have to say. With the oil, do you know if that oil is suitable for the fur? Oh, for both skin and the fur. Oh, that's even better. See, there you go. Okay. So, I think we might have to stretch these out a little bit. I mean, I'm not an expert in creatures, but these look more humanoid, don't they? Yes. Okay. Let's just make sure that they sit properly. There we go. Okay. So, I suppose we can just put those in very gently. We won't have to worry about them getting broken that way. Okay. No, our dragons are very, very fire safe, so you wouldn't ever have to worry about that. Obviously, if it did ever happen, the gemstones would be completely fine, but as I say, especially the dandelion honeycorn would never do such a thing. No. Absolutely not. Well, it should, let's see, Greece should take around 2 days, I'd say. Yeah. Okay. Yes, our dragons are very fast. Yes. Some of them are quite small, so you wouldn't think it, but they can carry incredibly heavy weights and they are super duper fast. Absolutely. I'm surprised myself sometimes. It's quite wonderful. Of course. Oh, yes, next item, or next items I should say, So you have multiple bits and pieces here. So these are the hair accessories, yes? Oh, very sweet. Shaped like little flowers, these ones. And then we have two black ones right here. More of an oval shape. And what do we have here? This is quite the beautiful brush, I have to say. Ah, so it's a brush for combing wet or dry hair. Oh, that's perfect. Is this for a mermaid? Oh, I knew it. Yes, this is the perfect gift, I have to say. Oh, her name is Seashell. How lovely. What a sweet name. Now, would you say that she spends most of her time outside of the water or inside of the water? Yes. Well, I can't blame her. I mean, if I were a mermaid, I would want to know everything about the land. To be fair, I want to know a lot about the ocean, but, well, I've also seen the monsters that lurk in there, and, well, I don't know if I want to go there. I think I'd rather stay here. I have some other friends who are a little more adventurous and maybe a little more knowledgeable about magic. Venture off into those deeps. Otherwise, I'd find it a little too spooky. But yes, I think this is quite the marvellous gift. So, this is to detangle the hair mostly, yes? It's not to create any style or anything. I see. With this lovely sort of leaf-like design. It's very nice. Have you tested this type of brush yourself? Maybe I should get one of these. Where did you get that? Ah, I see. You know, this might go nicely with an oil that was gifted to us recently from one of the local witches. It's an oil for both the hair and the skin. I can give some to you later on if you'd like. If you have issues with the sensory feeling of the oil, I can apply it to your face myself. Yeah, no problem. It smells really nice. It has this very clarifying scent, but it's also very calming. I'm not quite sure about all the ingredients, but I know there's rose oil in there, and also jojoba oil, and might be patchouli. It's very sweet, very earthy. Kind of smells like a combination of the forest earth and sweet jam. It's very nice. Makes quite nice sounds, doesn't it? If she's bored of brushing her hair, then she can just sit there and tap on it. It's quite nice. So, let's get this a little bit of packaging here. So it doesn't just fly around in the box. So, lovely. Oh, before I forget, let me write down the address. So simply addressed to Seashell the Mermaid, then handed off at the Mermaid Port. Atlantic Ocean. Okay. Should this be delivered at a specific time? Because I know that some creatures obviously prefer daytime to nighttime and... Okay, so preferably between 9 p.m. and midnight. Okay. I'll have that ready. Okay. Now this is the final piece. I think we can actually give you a smaller box for this, but this is rather marvellous, I have to say. Was this perhaps inspired by a series of books, specifically in the human realm? I see. It's very, very beautiful. Who is this for? Oh, a vampire. Are they okay with silver, or is this not silver? Ah, I see. I see. Let me write down the address really quickly. Okay. So, where did I put my pencil? There it is. So we've got Celeste, the vampire, 221B, Baker Street, in London, England. Now, that address does ring a bell. How peculiar. Does she happen to know a Mr. Sherlock Holmes? She does. Oh. Now, how do they stand in relation to one another? I see. So, he's not aware of her living there? She lives in the attic. Okay. Does that mean... does he see her at all? Okay. And, well, how will the box be able to... Magic, of course, of course. Well, I understand. I mean, London is quite a beautiful city, I have to say. I have been there multiple times throughout many different years. I mean, time travel is quite tricky, but I have a dear friend that takes care of things sometimes, and, well, I was there in the 1970s and the 1980s. I was there in the 90s. And one time back in 2008, which was very fun. But I haven't been there since. Plus it's always a little bit difficult to switch around, you know, the function that they can't see the creatures and the dragons and whatnot. So it tends to be a hassle, so I tend to avoid the proper human realm. So anyhow, so I'm going to place this in a smaller box here. I could just use this here. Oh, we have another fun thing that we can do with the boxes actually. We could spray some perfume into it. Is there something that you'd like? Not with all of them, okay. Only for Celeste then. Alright. So, we have that one over there, which is a very earthy one. We've got patchouli and vanilla. Then right over there we have a orange and I believe it's also vanilla, I'm not quite sure. And then right over there we have sandalwood. That's something that she might like. You can spray however much you want in there. It's no problem. Of course. Now, what about what I mentioned beforehand? Do you want me to apply some oil to your face? Yeah, it's good for the skin, and it also makes you a little bit sleepy. Of course, yes. Oh, your travel home is going to be quite far, is it? Well, I mean, technically I do live here, so I could offer you a spare room if you want to stay here. How long would you need to get home? Goodness, that's far too long. No, you can stay here, that's okay. I can give you some spare things to wear if you'd like, and I have everything that you need for personal hygiene. I've got everything there. Yeah? Okay. Alright, perfect. Okay. And if you're hungry for anything else, obviously you just let me know. Okay? And then you can go home tomorrow morning feeling very refreshed. Great. Okay. Now, as for the oil, I have it right here. So we're just going to very gently tap the fingers in here. We don't need much. Okay, right. Just gonna gently apply this. And then just gently pitter-patter across the face. Just very gently. Should really soothe the skin. Make you feel nice and relaxed. It's an all-round product, really. Good for everything, I'd say. There. Let me give you some on the top of your hands here. Back of the hand. There. Perfect. Glad you like it. Okay then, close this back up. So, I'd say for most packages here I would need around about 2 days. So we have Mermaid Port, London, we have the forest in Greece, and then we have the volcano in Guatemala, correct? Okay. Yes, with the volcano it might take a little while. Do you happen to know if the volcano is super active right now, or? Okay, well in that case it actually might be 2 days for everything then. Yeah. Okay. Right. If there's any problem with the boxes or anything, I will let you know, or you will let me know, depending on who finds out first, but I'm sure everything will be going absolutely smoothly and wonderfully. Okay? Good. So, you can get ready for bed if you'd like to, okay? I'm just going to pack up some few bits and bobs, okay? And then I'm going to slowly close up the shop and go to bed myself. Yeah. Okay then. Right. I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep, okay? I hope you sleep very, very well, and I hope that you wake up feeling refreshed and ready to start a new day. So, have wonderful dreams, and I will see you in the morning. Good night. Sleep tight.